really is. I mean, that's wild because now obviously it just started. You know, huge congrats to you making it into the grand finals of winner's side. It's now a case of Macaran is gonna have to deal with Javier and K-Top, you know, first playing their set. And then whoever wins out of that is really gonna set up the opportunity where if Macaran beats them, can go for the run back in grand finals and still secure that spot. But it's gonna be really hard. You're now down on your last tournament life. And when you have Javier and K-Top, two people that have pulled off some insane 3-2 victories over there in the losers quarters, as you can see on the bracket, it's gonna be a tough one. It's gonna be a real tough one.
I'm looking at this bracket and I'm seeing 3-2, 3-2, 3-2. We may have had one-sided results at the very beginning, but that is a far cry from where we are now. And it's just the skill gap getting closer and closer. EU Mortal Kombat 11 has been such a high-level display for a very long time. I think a big part of that comes down that Mortal Kombat 11, MKX, and Justice 2, they've all had phenomenal netcodes. So community tournaments and kind of players being in the situation, it's nothing new. We're no stranger to it. And I think players like K-Top, for example, are able to play in this environment and get nice and used to what they're doing. And it just gives us these tournaments that are absolutely, this is MK11 at the highest level.
Yeah, for sure. Now, Javier, obviously, he's got that, you know, Burning Spear buff right there. The double forward throw is a nice chunk of damage. Now, I hope that K-Top kind of... I see him fishing for the dash punch KB on the teleport back, but the cancel, but every single time he's been a little bit too short on the distance. And that could get him killed at times, but 42% pretty much for Javier right there is going to use the plus frames in the back 3 check just to knock him with that overhead and secure himself the first round over here in the loser semis.
Curious to see how Javier approaches this matchup differently to Mirko. It's kind of almost feel like sometimes maybe I compare the two of them too much because they are separate players in their own right, but they have such a similar style and they are very much the top 2 Scorpions in this part of the world. How does Javier get this one up over K-Top, right? Oh, it looks like all-out offense right now is the key.
Looks like he just seems to be smothering K-Top a little bit. K-Top being a bit overzealous right there. A little bit too antsy with that down 2, reading the breakaway. Didn't cash out in any more damage as we're now seeing 1 bar apiece that is going to give him the amp over here, but instantly dealt with by MKJavier right here. He's going to spend both those bars, and this should close things out nicely for him. As WIZ clubbed, MKJavier is going to take game number 1 over K-Top in, might I add, very dominant fashion.
I was about to say the same thing. Convincing fashion is the key to take away from that first game because it was offense. The game belonged to Javier. K-Top often had no opportunities to do what he wants to do. He was not on offense. He wasn't even able to play neutral because Javier spent both rounds point blank and was able to just play a better game of Rushdown. So is that going to be a taste of things to come? Who knows?
Honestly speaking, I mean, we could very well see, you know, the absolute awakening of MKJavier in this bracket with the remainder of it here in the top 4 as well. I mean, making that reverse sweep happen against Asadamate earlier has probably got his morale through the roof over here, especially when you were in EVO top 8, now in top 4, and you just made that spot with your last tournament life on the line. But obviously, we were talking about how much K-Top wants to win earlier. Everyone in this bracket really wants to win. No one is taking it easy. Everyone's bringing their game. But K-Top didn't really seem like K-Top in that match, to be honest, Ryan. He seemed a little bit just like he was being forced into the defense.
You're not used to seeing K-Top get bullied. Normally it's the other way around. Yeah. But it's a combination of the way he plays, plus, look, the character he plays. Jackie is a character that will do that. But, again, just the speed, the pace, the middle duck. I mean, Javier is one step ahead right now.
Javier has just consistently been 5-head since the remainder of the last set, I think. Ever since that wake-up teleport, just that teleport, that won that round. Oh, the air to air against the leap. Javier is ready for it. As this young man's pulling out all the reactions right over here. That 1-1 into the spear to knock him back into the corner. And that crossover 3 is going to be all he needs to secure that round as well.
Man's looking to speed run this set. K-Top maybe should pick up that chainsaw, mate, because right now, Javier is all over you. And it's like, he's freezing up. Buttons on block into more buttons, and K-Top is not challenging. I feel like there's something going on here.
Very well could be. He could be getting a little bit nervous as well. And Javier gonna get that KB. Show him the sandals as well. Launch him.
Not breaking that. I think not breaking that was a mistake because you've given up half of your life already. The forward fours that are just hitting the desperation down 2. K-Top, you need to wake up.
Oh, he finally got it. He finally got it. He was fishing for that KB right there. And, oh yeah, but I totally agree with you about the not breaking away before, especially if you're a 950 HP character, because now this is just disaster territory
And one
if you get opened up.
I'm kind of waiting for a fatal blow on block. I feel like K-Top, if he does the fatal blow on block like I'm expecting, it's going to be a sign of him kind of cracking a little bit. However, please prove me wrong. Oh, that kick.
He read. He okay, so it was either going to be the empty crossover into low poke or into throw. Both were just instantly dealt with that short hop 3, which is not an option you often see very much, I guess, from Scorpion. But it worked perfectly. Now Javier right now is in total control of this set, which is not, I think, what either of us expected.
It's been a complete speedrun of this series so far. 2 games have happened like that. We've had game 5s across the board for the last 3 series or so, and I really thought this could be another close one. It still could be. There's potential for it. I don't want to count out K-Top because I've learned many times not to do that. He's been able to bring it back, but there's just something about the way Javier is playing this matchup that K-Top is highly uncomfortable and, dare I say, not very confident. There's just a lot of opportunities where he's freezing up on defense. This character select that we're in right now, this needs to be put the controller down, kind of, you know, think about what you need to do and just understand what I'm doing right now is I'm giving Javier all this respect. He is just bullying his way in and I'm just having to deal with it. I need to do something to get myself back into this game.
For sure. He's just definitely got to bide his time, think about it and everything. But K-Top, you know, he's going to be living and dying with this Jackie pick. He's going to be locked into Jackie for the remainder of the set. We have seen him play Cabal and stuff in the past as well, so I did sort of wonder if he would switch characters, but we are going to be seeing the Jackie through and through. He got that dash punch KB out nice and early. Javier right now is burning, and this round is looking a little bit more like K-Top.
This is the first time all series he's the one that cemented the offense, and look what's happened. Oh wait, advancing. Wish I could say that's the first time I've seen that happen, but Scorpion's Factory just causes wonderful encounters. Landing. Escape failed plus KB. This is a comeback that could really happen, I would say, apart from Shrapnel Blast.
Still got that throw KB, still has the fatal blow in this round over here as well. Those things in tandem together can be very, very destructive on your health bar, especially if you're 950 HP. But that 4-3-4 whip punish right there forces the breakaway as well. The early jump too to just cancel it and go for the air to air. And this is a lot of damage right now that Javier's going to have to hold. Commits to that duck as well.
Commits to yet another one, right as you say it. The flawless block on Scorpion's up 3. K-Top knows about the wake up right now. However, needs more. Doesn't flawless forward 4 now. Side switching throw. K-Top brings himself back in. Hang on a second. All right, hang on a second. That was a clean and easy next game. So K-Top's brought himself back into the fight, being able to be the aggressive one first. It's as simple as that.
Yeah, now yeah, exactly as you said it, really. That was just a matter of K-Top just found the aggression. He got that momentum. He had a very nice flow of the game from when he was playing it from there, and he really just, you know, kind of rode that wave out really, really nicely, and we just saw true K-Top fashion in that game right there. But, you know, that is only the 1 point on the board for him. Javier's still on that 2 point, still only needs the 1 more win just to secure himself, you know, the advancement in the bracket. But it's looking really just like who can steal that momentum first, Ketchup. What do you think about it?
I feel like it's hard to say. Javier, that kind of slipped through his fingers right there. Almost felt like maybe he got a bit too autopilot, maybe too comfortable. That can happen when you easily like 2-0 someone. And it's like, okay, well, I'm going to just keep doing the same thing again. And then in the blink of an eye, something changes. And then you've lost the game before you know it. So I think I'll have an answer for you after this first round, maybe. But K-Top, at the very least, has become more confident.
Yeah, that's for sure. Oh my goodness. You know, Javier's been super on point with getting those trip guards with the teleport, but K-Top not allowing any of that to happen right now. Look how much life Javier's lost already.
I like the choice to go in for the button there. The second you put Plasma on the floor, a lot of Jackies like to throw, and K-Top won't. He only throws if you just block all day, every day. But Javier, the escape, looks for the anti-air, and he's caught. Hang on a minute. KB gets spent, and I think we're going into game 5. Ignore the health bars, by the way. I think the plasma does cause a visual bug sometimes. Yeah. The damage is real. Don't worry.
It's always the dash punch KB as well, isn't it?
Always. It's always the dash punch.
I feel like okay, the 4-3-4 KB on the counter hit right here to start off the next round. He did spend that bar as well, but you see K-Top, he's got no bar on the side for himself. just built back. One offensive bar that we're going to see used over here. He's going to go for the meterless combos. Unbreakable at that. Short hop attack is going to get blocked, as well as Javier now on the approach trying to make something happen, but K-Top denying any potential at offense.
Walk-up grab, we're starting to see a few more of those. Javier hasn't had a chance to grab for about a game and a half at this point. Sticks out another cheeky back three. There's the conversion. K-Top misses the combo though, however. It's a grounded hit. No confirm. Looking for it to be on block maybe was the plan, but I think the way things are going, we could definitely have a game 5 on repeat. There's just been so many all day. He blocks in time. K-Top needs just one more. Oh, and he finds it. Game 5 begins again.
So I'm very perplexed at the fact that Javier's air-to-air reactions were so good in the first 2 games. He's just been playing more grounded in the last 2 games. Like, he's really just kind of been a very grounded player a lot of the time. We're not really seeing the air-to-airs. We're not really seeing the reads coming out. It seems like he's just being a bit too respectful at times, and K-Top's just taking advantage of that. And now, like you said, game 5. So it's crazy how quick that momentum can be switched around. And now this is really going to be the make or break factor for these players going forwards to see who's actually going to come out on top to make it into that loser's finals for a chance to run at Macaron.
I mean, for those first 2 games, Javier was assertive, dominant. Everything was confident, and it was just every single play worked perfectly. It was like I went into this with a game plan and know what to expect. Clearly was watching K-Top versus Mirko, beginning to be taking some notes when they played earlier today. But now, it almost feels like those notes have just gone out of the window because K-Top has this complete control over it. It's the nature of Jackie and the nature of his rushdown style, but he is no longer the one that's just getting bullied for 2 games straight. Here we go, final game. This is top 4, remember. Winner of this moves on to fight Macaron, and K-Top opens up with a colossal jump in.
Now that is a huge statement to make right in the beginning of this match. And just like that, the interactable for an additional 20% right there. In Javier, he can potentially use this corner position really, really well for himself if he's able to lock down K-Top over here. K-Top just about built back that defensive bar as well. Throw escape. Small.
He's just trying to anti and he pays the price. Javier gets caught by the jumping off the leap, and K-Top on the verge of a clean reverse sweep. One more round puts this Greek Jackie into top 3.
Javier right now. I know what the Spanish FGC is like. Those guys are going crazy right now supporting Javier, I am sure. But likewise, the same with the Greek players as well. Super strong players out there. All a very, very tight scene. As we are down over here. This is looking really, really impressive right now from K-Top, who's letting all the throws rock, where he hadn't been using them before.
How many throws can man fit into 1 round? Answer, yes. Goes for a down 1. Interrupts it with the 1-1 though. Javier, his time to bring it back. Short hop. Actually being kind of risky doing a short up against the corner. That would have been a gigantic punish. Oh no! Gets launched to the down 2. This is his last chance. He punishes but doesn't commit. Oh! There we go again. The game is over and K-Top keeps the clutch factor alive and well, bringing Greece into top 3. And I think just a wonderful representation of just how diverse the European Mortal Kombat scene is. We've had Italy make the joint top 5. We've had Russia in there as well. We've had clearly there Spain unfortunately falls short, but Javier giving it one hell of a go. And now it's Austria / Poland, if I'm not mistaken. I believe there is Polish there too for Macaron. K-Top Greece, and then of course Deserted for Russia. Yeah. There is so much Mortal Kombat in this side of the world, let me tell you.
There really is. I mean, you know, Russia's large enough to have its own independent scene as well. There's so many killers out there, honestly. Really, really